Eugeria Live, brought to you by Griswold Home Care. Eugeria is a Greek word meaning health of body and mind in aging individuals. Eugeria Live is a weekly show celebrating the heroes that contribute to the eugeria of our elderly and disabled population. Now joining us in the studio is your host, John Butler.
Everybody, we're delighted to have Jennifer Thilo, the Regional Vice President for Delmar Gardens, for our interview this evening. And just briefly, Griswold Home Care has been in the Atlanta area providing consistently excellent service for over 28 years. And one of the things we try to do, in addition to that, is try to bring value to seniors and those that serve seniors. And that's what this is about. We appreciate Jennifer, you being here today. I've known Jennifer for a number of years and worked pretty closely with her actually the last few years. It's a thrill and a pleasure to know you, and I really respect you, and I'm so glad you're here. So why don't you start off by telling us a little bit about Delmar Gardens, whatever you feel like that would be a highlight about the company, and then we can talk more specifics about other things.
Okay, thank you, John. I enjoy working with you also and appreciate the opportunity today. Delmar Gardens is a family-owned senior living community, and we are rooted in the values of love, care, and understanding. We provide a loving and vibrant home to seniors. We have independent living and assisted living, secure memory care, enriched living, as well as skilled care nursing and short-term rehab. So we do have the full continuum of care on each of our beautiful campuses, and feel that we're able to meet the needs of a senior at whatever level and whatever place they are on their journey.
One of the things that Delmar has a very strong reputation for is the atmosphere of family that people experience when they're there. And I've experienced that myself, and it's kind of astonishing, really, because it's consistent from day to day. What do you attribute that to?
It's part of our company DNA, really. Our founder, Barbara Grossberg, was in the Nazi concentration camps during the Holocaust. And I believe that the soul of Delmar Gardens was born out of that experience. She saw that those that were sent to the gas chamber were the fragile, the vulnerable, the sick, and the elderly. They went first. And seeing life just discarded and devalued in that way made her dedicate her life to uplifting and honoring and value those who are the most fragile. She survived the camps and emigrated to the United States with her husband. They had 2 little boys and lived in a 2-bedroom apartment. She started caring for her elderly neighbors who were in the neighborhood, and it came to her that by inviting these 2 elderly ladies to live with them, she could take better care of them, and her boys would now have grandmas. So the first Delmar Gardens was truly a family. Her reputation spread, and other seniors wanted to be cared for by her, and they made sort of a makeshift personal care home, renting out other apartments near them, and eventually had a beautiful state-of-the-art nursing home built on a plot of land that was called Delmar Gardens in St. Louis. And they insisted that the builders include a full apartment in the nursing home because the family wouldn't dream of leaving their extended families of grandmas and grandpas. So the president and CEO of the company today literally grew up in a nursing home as his family. And so when you see us use the expression, the Delmar Gardens family, it's a true and sincere expression of how the company came about.
Mm-hmm. One of the things that I've noticed in the Atlanta area in particular, and I don't know about the rest of the country, is there seems to be a lot of turnover in staff. And yet in Delmar, I mean, you've been there 20 years, 15 years, I don't know. And Kelly's been there
24 years.
Oh my gosh. Why do you think that is? Why is that? Why is there so much stability? And you can take credit, at least some of it, for yourself, because I do think that's part of it, maybe the biggest part of it. But seriously, why do you think that is?
Well, I know for me, I would not stay 24 hours, 24 years. Sometimes it's 24 hours.
Yeah.
No, but 24 years at a company that didn't, where I didn't feel that my values could be lived out every day. And I think most of us come into the work of working with seniors because we love them and we want to do what's right and what is nurturing. And I know that every day, if I do what's right for my residents and for their families, I will be supported by my boss and the corporate culture. But I also know that if I do what's right for my staff, that I will also be supported. It's my staff are my best friends, and they are my family in a very real sense to me. Now, of course, we have very high standards of excellence. It is a job. We have work to do, but we treat each other with that love and compassion. We expect the most from each other, but we also, I don't know, I mean, during this awful COVID crisis, the fact that our family members, the residents' families, have been so loving and supportive. The fact that our staff have stuck it out, even in this really difficult time, I think is because we have created this loving family culture that supports us, even when things are difficult. And it is true, we have exceptional longevity. There are nursing assistants and cooks and housekeepers, dishwashers, receptionists who have also been here 5, 10, 15, 20 years, even longer than me, a couple. So,
well, this speaking of the COVID situation, this has probably arguably one of the most challenging periods of the life of Delmar, and probably for you as well. Can you briefly give us some of the highlights of what is it that you're doing to take care of the staff, to take care of the clients, and maintain a safe and yet continuing to be a loving environment, which Delmar Gardens really is?
It's been a challenge because everything we believe in is about bringing people together and those loving connections and hugs and kisses and I've never realized how often I put my hands, out to people until this pandemic. But we've just learned to bring the love in different ways. We smile with our eyes. Our amazing activity staff, I mean, they dress up in costumes. We have roving happy hour. We have roving musicians. Today, a bunch of the staff dressed up in not real bikinis, but I can't even explain it, but we had like a beach party roving through the building today. And the residents, we just bring a lot of laughter. As things change, as it constantly changes, we've been able to do more small groups, and that's been wonderful. And we're really brainstorming on how to bring the love and joy. Some residents love it. For them, I mean, we do check on every resident at least twice a day in their apartment, taking their temperature, screening them for symptoms. And in some ways, it's been really nice because those that tended to be maybe not the social butterflies are really loving that one-to-one individual attention. Some residents love having their meals delivered, but the extroverts, of course, are having a harder time. So we're glad we're able to have outdoor family visits and lots of small groups. I mean, we'll do bingo 5 times in a day, so all the different groups can do it. Exercise classes, we're figuring out how to do crafts. But we're getting more creative, I guess is the best way to put it.
Well, there's a lot to be proud of and thankful for the residents and the staff at Delmar. I have friends, family members that are living there, and they're always smiling when I see them, even though they're behind their masks. I can still tell, and it's a great place to be. Of all the things that we've been talking about so far, and there's a lot that you can be proud of, what would you say is the one thing that kind of hits the top of the list that you're most proud of about Delmar Gardens, or about your team, or about your resident? Just in what aspect is the kind of the high point, you think?
I think I'm most proud that we are able to meet the needs of our seniors at whatever level, whatever stage of their journey they're on, with love and care and compassion every step of the way, and truly bring joy to our residents, whether they're independent and vibrant, or having memory care issues, or even facing the hard challenges. I think our staff every day try to bring that joy into every interaction.
That's good. That's true too. I've seen that many, many times. Is there anything besides that you feel like it'd be good to remind people of, to take with them after this excellent interaction we've had?
I would say if you were looking for a senior community for yourself or for a loved one, really trust your gut and your heart. There are many beautiful buildings and luxurious amenities. Atlanta's wonderful in that there are so many choices, but I would really look for that heart connection with the staff, and certainly look for staff that have some longevity, not a company that was owned by somebody else last year. I find that tradition of love, care, and understanding.
That's good. That's good advice. Well, again, thank you so much, Jennifer. It's great, talking to you and meeting with you, and I appreciate very much what you've shared with our audience. And I will be talking to you again soon.
Look forward to it. Thank you, John.
Thank you.
Eugeria Live is brought to you by Griswold Home Care. View this show again on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, or our website at www.eugerialive.com.